Thank you for joining us. Good evening. My name is Vivian Dagwa and this is The Nest. Now, every second day of April each year, we get to celebrate World Autism Day. And the entire month of April generally is just for the awareness, for spreading awareness of autism. What exactly is autism? If I may just read a bit about what autism is. Now, autism spectrum disorder is a condition related to brain development that impacts how a person perceives and socializes with others, causing sometimes problems in social interaction and communication. So that is exactly what autism is, or the autism spectrum. And this being the awareness month, it is only right for us as the Nest to also join in and spread the awareness. And what better way to do it than to have someone who has immediate experience or direct experience with autism. I am speaking about a very beautiful lady who's joining me on set. Her name is Felista Modhoni. Felista Modhoni is the mother of a very beautiful young baby girl who has autism, and she's here to just share with us her journey and her experience with raising a child with autism. Welcome to the show, Felista. How are you?
Thank you very much. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. You look so beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you on the show. So just let us begin with you telling us a bit about yourself, and then you let us know also how old your baby girl is.
Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Felista Modhoni. I am a mom to a very beautiful baby girl. She's 6 years old and she's autistic. I knew about her condition when before she was 2 years old. But my story is kind of interesting because when I was pregnant, I think God was just preparing me. When I was pregnant, my Facebook, my YouTube, like my social media was just bringing me videos of people who are autistic.
Oh, really?
And yeah, it was so weird. I didn't know autism. I was not thinking about it. Yeah. So I would tell my phone, do not show this again. I'm not interested. I go to another different social media. It's there. So I'm pregnant. I'm watching these stories. I don't know if I'll ever meet someone who is autistic. Yeah. I tell my phone.
So far, you had not met anyone that is autistic?
No, not personally. Like maybe on TV or maybe social media. Like I had never met anyone. So I'm pregnant. I'm learning about autism, and I don't know I'm learning about autism. So I gave birth. I'm still learning about autism, but I don't know that I'm learning about autism. So when my daughter was one year, I started noticing some things, and I was like, could it be? But I'm like, nah, it can't be. It's in my head. It's in my head. So the very first few things that I noticed is that it was the smallest things. For example, when she is 1, if you call her, we call her T at home. When you call her, I say T, she won't look at you. But if you start saying 1, 2, 3, she'll give you her attention. She'll be like 4, 5. She could count 1 up to 20, but she couldn't call me mom. She could tell you this is hexagon, pentagon, octagon.
At 2 years old?
Now she's now 3. Now when she's 3, she'll tell you this is hexagon, octagon, but she will call you. I thought it was normal. It didn't ring a bell. I thought it was normal.
So you started noticing some things while she was around 1 year old,
yes,
you know, those small things whereby you call her, she does not really respond, but she responds to numbers really well.
And
you
shapes and colors.
Yeah. So she got to 3, she knows hexagon and all of this.
But
all of these shapes.
She can't say basic things like communication, social. Another thing, when she was even much younger, when she was months old, you see how you would put your baby in a baby walker and then maybe you're doing other things. So there's this, the first time I left her in the house, I went outside to take some clothes from the hanging line. So when I came back, I expected chaos. She's like, where's my mommy? So the first time I was like, you don't even care that I was not around. I'm like, okay. It got to a point where we got used to it. If you want to go, if you leave her, she's like, cool. When you're back, you'll be back. You leave her and then she's like, Yeah. So I used to think, my baby is mature.
Yeah.
I have the best baby because it's my first time being a mom. So I don't know how babies act. But when she was a bit older, my mom and other people were like, it's not normal for you to leave your child and she doesn't react when you're not there.
So when exactly did you decide, okay, I think things are not like they should be? Because by now she's already 3, you're noticing these things, but has it rung a bell for you like, okay, I think I should take her to a doctor, I think she should go get checked? And what exactly brought that realization of, I think it's time for me to just go get to know what exactly is up with my baby?
Okay, when she was now 3, before she went to school, before she started school, I knew things were not adding up. If I put 1 + 2, they were not adding up. But I was confused. I didn't know where to go. I didn't know who to ask. I always say, see, like there's good advertisement for something like TB. They say, ukipata uko na joto jingi mwilini, labda ni TB, you know. But for autism, there's nothing. There's awareness for so many things. We were taught about HIV, we were taught about TB, we were taught about other things, but now it's autism. I don't know anyone. I don't know where to go. I don't know which doctor is supposed to help me. I went so many times I went to normal hospital to a physician. They're called physicians, a normal doctor. And when they're doing the test, I'm like, can you tell if my baby is autistic? And that doctor would look at me like, girl, I am not a psychiatrist and I'm trying to ask this doctor, so where can I find help? And they were not telling me anything. So when she was now 3 years, I went to Kenya Institute of Special Education. I didn't know for assessments, we have 2 types of assessments. We have educational assessment and we have educational and daktari, medical assessment. So when you need to start with medical assessment before you can go to educational assessment. So when I went to Kenya Institute of, we call it KISE, when I went to KISE, they didn't do much because I had not gone to a doctor, to a psychiatrist to help me. So when I went there, I didn't get the help that I needed. They told me, because even they can't tell you because they are not psychiatrists, they are just therapists. Their work is come with a letter from a psychiatrist and then we will know what to do. So when I went there, I got confused even more. I'm like, okay, you people can't diagnose. I know there is a problem. Nobody is understanding that there is a problem. And I was like, if I go and then you tell me there is no problem, then I have a problem, because there is a problem. It's either me or my daughter, but don't remove the problem from the equation. What is the problem? So I went there, they didn't tell me. I got confused. I took her to a normal school and it was not working out.
I can only imagine how that was like for you. You know your child has an issue. You know, you've been seeing things about autism, so you kind of have an idea, but you just need her to be diagnosed, but no one is doing that for you. You're going to all the right places according, from what you know. I mean, when I'm sick, I go to the hospital. I don't know if there's somewhere else I need to be. So I can only imagine how that was like for you. You're going to hospital, but then you come out with more questions than answers. No one really seems to get what your child is suffering from, if I may use the word suffering. So when exactly does she get diagnosed?
I took her to a normal school. When I took her to a normal school, so what autism does, it affects the part for your social and communication. So she's 3 years old. First, when she was 3 years old, do you know she could count 1 up to 150? When I took her to playgroup, she could count 1 up to 150.
Wow.
But if you ask her, what is your name?
She doesn't know.
What are you doing? Name, do. Get it? She's zoning. She's in her own world. So I took her to school. You tell her, you sit in class and she's like, why is everyone so little? Everybody is so little. And I don't know, she's like, okay, I'm gonna go outside and play. And the teachers are like, you need to sit in class. And she's like, hi. She was like living in her own world. I told my parents, I told my friends, I told my parents, and because nobody had come close to an autistic person, they couldn't understand, and they didn't know how to support me. So one day we went to a doctor, a normal doctor, and the doctor told me, I can't diagnose you, but can you try and stop her from going to school for a while? And then we stopped as I was trying to figure out what to do. So we stayed home for another 1 year. Now she's 4. Then now she was 4. I went to Madare Institute of Madare Mental Hospital. So one day I was passing through Madare and I was like, wait, this is a mental institution. And then my baby, I'm like, what? Okay, I'm gonna go to Madare. So the first time I went to Madare, I broke down. I went into that gate, I was holding my baby and I was asking myself.
Just the two of you?
Yes, and I was asking God, yani, even the woman Ifanya, me and Mike, a very beautiful girl. I went there. I saw a psychiatrist. So there's one thing that I'd want the autism caregivers and mothers to know. Assessment doesn't mean that the doctor will come and look at your baby and be like, pressure, joto. No, it's questions. The doctors will ask you, how was your pregnancy? They will ask you about your family and the father's family, if there's anyone who is crazy. When they asked me that, I was like, surely, if someone is crazy. So you'll go there, they'll ask you so many questions. So what I'll tell many autism parents, before you go, practice answering questions at night. Be like, I saw this, I saw this, I saw this, because they'll take these questions and then put them aside so that they can diagnose you. So finally I went to Madare, she got diagnosed, and then they sent me now to Kenya Institute of Special Education for therapy.
So now you knew what what is up with your child. You knew, yes, this is autism. And now you've started, you know, the therapy and whatnot. I want to get into your mind at that very moment when now it was confirmed. Yes, you were thinking it could be it, but I'm sure there's a part of you that was like, I hope it is not. You know. So when they got to finally tell you, now your child is autistic, this is it, you know, and you need to be on therapy. It's lifelong, right? It's a lifelong thing. So just take us through now your mind, you know, what was playing in your mind when you finally now knew this is it.
So when I went there, I remember if you want to go to Madare, you have to go there on Wednesday. No other days, only on Wednesday that the psychiatrists are gonna be there. It's only on Wednesday that you can get diagnosed. If you go on any other day, you won't get help. So I went there on a Wednesday. There was a very long queue, and there was another woman that was before me, and that child looked like there's something wrong with your child. I was looking at them and I'm like, hey, people have problems. And then that mother went in, and when they came out, they told me, they've told me there's nothing wrong with my baby. And I was like, if they've told you that, then they'll tell me that I'm crazy. So I was there telling God, this is the moment. If they tell me there's a problem, I'll feel good. And if also they tell me there's no problem, I'll not feel like, I'll feel good and I'll feel bad kwa answer zote, because if there's a problem, it'll break my heart. If there's no problem,
you would wonder then
I have
what is
a problem.
wrong.
What's wrong with me? There's something wrong. So when they told me that she was autistic, it broke my heart. Like ni kama umeambiwa hii news for the very first time. I went home again and I was like, okay. But when they told me that, I didn't know therapies are very essential. I didn't know. They just told me she is autistic and you go to Kise. The plan was I go to Kise, they help me get a school for her. So I didn't know the importance of therapy. And then she was 3-4 years. I'd say the autism, let me just say the autism was not showing. So I was like, I think I can handle it. I think I can handle it. So we started going for therapy. But when ilifika mahali, because sometimes you go for therapy.
What does that look like, the therapies? What do they do
nice.
when you take the baby there for
if
therapy?
You take, for me, we go for hydrotherapy. We were supposed to go for speech therapy, and we also go there to visit a nutritionist because autism really affects the gut. But every time you go there, it breaks your heart because you're meeting people, children that are not okay. Maybe they have physical disabilities, they have mental disabilities. Every time you go there, it breaks you. Every time you go there, children are crying. Maybe the type of therapy, hydrotherapy is just, it's a swimming pool. They go into the swimming pool, but it's not the kawaida swimming. They'll be pushed in the water. They'll be pushed to some extreme that you'll be like, are you sure it's safe? Because the first time they did us, I was like, wait, why are you throwing my baby in the water like that? Because they'll become a basketball. I'm like, mbona si mtoto atakufa, why are you drowning my baby for a second? And then they told me when we do that, when they get in the water, when they're coming, because they have floaters, when they float again, they'll release all the anger, the tension, the whatever, because they bottle up emotions. See, us, we talk about our day, we talk about how we're feeling, but them, they don't do that. So they bottle. So when we go for those therapies, they are taught how to release. Yes. Yes. So that. But going for therapy is not easy. I have battled going for therapy because now that autism was not showing, I was wondering, sasa tunakosa kwenda shule ndio aswim, tukimaliza kuswim aende kwa trampoline. Si tuende kwa hizi vitu, si watoto wote wanachezanga, si acheze break time.
But hiyo kwake sio kucheza, it's therapy.
Because but the first time I went there, I asked the therapist, so niulize huku therapy kwani ni nini? I was expecting something. It's games. You play this game, you finish, you play that game, you finish, and then they'll do something that is a bit extreme depending na how you were that weekend, what they want to achieve kwa your therapy.
Oh, okay, interesting. So you're big on advocacy, and you do this on your TikTok mainly, right? So you just talk about autism, you just speak about it, you spread awareness on autism. What exactly made you decide? Yes, you have an autistic child, but what not every autistic mother is, is doing the advocacy. What gave you that push to actually now begin speaking about it so that people get to know how that looks like?
For me, it's the heartbreak. Man, I don't want to cry. It's the heartbreak. It's the heartbreak that I've never had anything about autism. My friends can't support me. My family can't support me because sometimes I'm going through, I go through mental breakdowns so many times. And I advise autism caregivers, please cry. If you have to cry, cry, because if you don't cry, what are you going to do? So I started because when I started, I didn't know that there's a community. Because this whole time I was trying to figure out, where should I go? Who is going to help me? Who is going to tell me what I'm supposed to do? So I decided I'll speak about it, and as I'm speaking about it, I'll find people that are affected, and I'll find people that are qualified. Like I told myself, we will start, we will speak about it, I will cry, but I want to help that woman that is going through the same thing that I've gone through, and you don't know what to do or where to go. Because one thing I can say about autism is you will never be prepared by the doctors, you will never be prepared by the therapists, you will never be prepared by anyone, because most of these therapists, these people that are supposed to give you help, they only know about autism theoretically. Is that the right word? Yes, they've not experienced it like me. Like you know, kuna meltdowns. You know, because there's a difference between a meltdown and tantrums. In autism, we don't have tantrums. We have meltdowns. Meltdown. Can I say what a meltdown? Meltdown is. Remember, this person, their communication and socialization is affected. So I won't tell you I don't like this sweater is making me feel uncomfortable. I don't like this light is making me feel uncomfortable. I don't like the pitch of your voice today. It's just making me feel bit disturbed. They get annoyed over small things. So when they bottle these things up, they blow up. And when they blow up, my former nanny used to say, T has killer eyes when she's angry. Because when she was little, kitu kwanza kitambo, I never knew she had anger issues. One day we were walking and she was like 3. We were walking and she was angry. And then another woman, mama, like mama amekoma, mama amelea, looked at me and told me, na mtoto wako ako na hasira. And I went home thinking, wait, I think it is true, because girl, you can get really angry. And when she's angry, it means I have things that I've bottled up and I don't know how to calm myself down. And you might think, nataka kukukera. If I'm acting like this, mimi nimekereka vibaya, that's why I'm reacting like this. So these people, they know kuko na hizi vitu, and most of these people are doing research. They won't tell you everything. You have to keep on doing research.
It's like you're also learning on the go.
Learn.
Yeah.
Don't expect the therapist, don't expect anyone to help you. You have your phone, Google.
Yeah.
Me, I've been Googling, like for example, when she's 3, I'll Google autism in 3-year-old girl, because autism in girls and boys is not the same. There's a slight difference. In girls, they know how to mask. Masking is, they act normal.
Yeah.
Because we're women, we know how to do that.
We do.
We know how to do that.
Yeah.
Because we know how to contain our emotions na kuzieka kwa ka box somewhere.
Yeah, we mask it completely.
But boys are wajuangi, so your boys in a show than your girl. So at Google, autism in 3-year-old girls, what should I expect? So because if you don't know what is going to come, when it comes and it hits you, hakuna mtu atakusaidia, because you need to know what your baby is going to feel before they feel it, so that when they feel it, you know how to calm them down. If you wait for them to blow up and then you're trying to tell them, now do this, it won't work. Like for example, when T had meltdowns when she was younger, you see how when a baby is crying, you tell your baby, oh, mami anakuja. You tell my baby 1, 2, let's count, like 100, 100. That's how una learn kumfanya akue a bit calm. And also breathing exercises. You teach them breathing exercises when you're just chilling. Unaambia breathe, and then ikifika time yenye kona meltdown utakuwa ukimwambia cheki, now is the time you need to breathe. You jue venye utamlearn kumfanya jo calm down.
Yeah. All right. And on that note, we do take a break. Don't you go too far. When we come back, we'll continue with this conversation so that we also just get to know how we can assist, you know, caregivers with children who have autism, and just what exactly should the general community, do to just jump onto this campaign. Don't go too far.